and welcome back to Scale Me Down. This is a build, fly and review of the new X-Fly models de Havilland Twin Otter. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. This kit with the optional floats was supplied for review by Steve Webb Models, and I'll pop a link in the description below. Now, let's take a brief look at how it goes together and get this enormous box open. A great first impression. I was very impressed at the quality, and the finish is so good it's hard to even tell the parts are foam. Unusually, some parts are packed under the bottom of the box, and you've got to be careful not to miss anything. There's printed instructions supplied, or you can download a PDF set. The fuselage battery bay is cavernous and pre-fitted with an XT60 connector. The assembly is very quick and easy. I started by fitting the landing gear, which is all held in place with 3mm countersunk machine screws that are tightened into metal inserts. The nose leg assembly is beautifully machined, and it includes a metal geared steering servo. Next come the aluminium wing struts, which are clearly labelled as to which goes where. I'm going to leave mine connected at the fuselage for storage and transportation. Moving on to the tail, the elevators key together when the tail planes are slid onto the carbon spar, again retained with M3 machine screws. The servo connectors are clearly labelled and are moulded with little retaining clips. The connectors were accessed by shaking the fuselage nose up until they exited the aft fuselage. Tail assembly slides onto a carbon spar and is retained top and bottom with screws. The nose cone slips on with magnets. In the receiver is easy as all the plugs are clearly labelled. It's also nice to see the receiver powered with a pre-fitted separate BEC. The wings slide onto a carbon spar, and the routes have been designed to connect all the electrics automatically when you push them into position. They're once again retained with machine screws into metal inserts, including the functional wing struts. After centering the servos, I fitted the elevator and rudder pushrod connections. I found the ball linkages a bit stiff to fit as they were covered in paint, but it was easily sorted. Meanwhile, the aileron and flap linkages are all secret, and the underslung hinges make them move in a very scale-like way. And now I could check and set all the control throws as per the instructions. I found the propellers very tight to fit due to a burr, and I was disappointed to see both turn right rather than them be handed to turn inboard, eliminating any torque effect. Also, the spinner to cowl gaps are not very consistent. Achieving the correct centre of gravity is easy due to the generous battery bay. Finally, I like to protect the finish on my foamies with 3 coats of this rosin-based floor polish that I apply with a soft cloth, leaving 30 minutes between coats. There we go, all finished, and the build took just 30 minutes. And I've got to say, this is one of the nicest foamies I've ever put together. So, with a freshly charged 5000 mAh 6-cell battery fitted let's see how she flies. Wow, that was easy, with the rate of climb putting an instant smile on my face. I didn't require any trim at all, and the handling was very confidence inspiring. But before I get too carried away, let's check the flap to elevator compensation. Pretty good, with just a small reduction in elevator compensation at full flap required. Next I checked the stall, which was a real non-event, being benign with a clean wing or with flaps set. She's lovely to fly, although being lightly loaded gets buffeted around a bit. Thankfully there's plenty of control authority. Next, let's try some touch and go landings. And that's where this model really excels, with the propellers realistically droning away, flying bumps and circuits. There's a slight swing to the left on takeoff, but it's easily controlled with a powerful rudder and nose leg steering. The stall, or short takeoff and landing design of the full size, is captured perfectly, and it coped brilliantly with this long wet grass. The clear windows and plenty of space in the fuselage really lend this model to a first-person view or FPV setup. Now I know that this model is supposed to be aerobatic, but I'm just not going there, as I think it looks silly on a transport type like this. Instead, I thoroughly enjoyed 6 minutes of touch and goes and flybys, leaving 30% remaining in the pack.
That was great fun, and what a lovely aeroplane to fly. In fact, it's very lightly loaded. I can't wait to see how it's going to perform on its floats.
But for that, you'll have to wait for part 2 of this review. Stay tuned to the channel and press the bell icon to be notified when we upload new content. Also, please subscribe if you enjoy this content, and we'll see you here next time at Scale Me Down.